What's an advantage of a zero based budgeting? क्या कहता है advantage of a zero based budgeting? It is used for this type of companies, companies which are very unstable earnings. So number one is okay. It is a forward looking advantage of zero base. 100% पूछने का chances है इसका, ठीक है? It is forward looking. Number one, it is forward looking. It is forward looking. Forward looking. JBP does not depend on historical inputs. It is forward looking and based on the future goals of the company. Write in the group, okay? Not in the notepad. It does not depend on the, देखिए group में तो कोई disappearing message I have not put also, right? It will be removed after 90 days. तो क्या ही दिक्कत है? स्क्रीनशॉट लेके रख लीजिए, मेल में ले लीजिए, पढ़ते रहिए, 2-3 बैकअप रख लीजिए, समझे? तो जीरो बेस्ड बजटिंग इज व्हाट? जीरो बेस्ड बजटिंग डज नॉट डिपेंड ऑन द हिस्टोरिकल इनपुट्स as it is forward looking and based on the future goals of the company. ठीक है? It is forward looking, it does not depend on the historical data. Okay, it helps in cost saving. Number 2, cost saving. Cost saving हो रहा है, cost saving. As those expenses are approved for which the justification is given. Zero based budgeting leads to a lot of cost saving. You have to justify each and every expenses. Each and every expenses. For example, you know your business is not going well. आप एक एक खर्चा को you will see very nicely, right? Your business is going very well. You will not care about that much. Just incremental budgeting, 5% increase like this. Your business is not going well. Now you will be doing nicely, okay, whether the expenses are properly booked or not. Maybe there's some fake expenses are there. Maybe they are not taking the appropriate quotations for each activity. Clear about it now? When the business is not doing well, like Paytm or Ola, Uber, maybe, so they will be justifying each and every expenses. So it leads to a lot of cost saving. Okay, as only those expenses are approved, right in the group. As it justifies each and every expenses, very good. Non-valuating the cost is eliminated. Okay, cost saving. As right in the group, okay, as those expenses are approved for which the justification is given. Those expenses are approved for which the justification is given. Right in the group. Okay, zero based budgeting leads to a lot of cost saving. It eliminates the error. It eliminates the error. ठीक है? अभी लास्ट में कुछ भी पूछ लेगा आप लोगों को, याद रखना. हाँ, द ऑब्जेक्टिव इज अभी याद हो जाए. ठीक है? एलिमिनेट्स द एरर. One more thing I always remember now, if you study very nicely and you have little bit clarity of concept, and थोड़ा आपको, if you know also how to rectify, it's very difficult to forget things. Both the mixture are very important. Little bit understand the concept, little bit know how to mark up also. Many people now, they only understand the concept but they don't mark up. That is also a problem. Both the things should be done. At least you should remember na, this was like this, this one correlation hoga, nahi to standard costing, so many formulas are there. How to learn, remember those formulas? So many formulas were there at that time. Okay, so eliminates the errors. Now zero based budgeting is more accurate as it eliminates the errors from the previous year budget. As we prepare the budget from the scratch, it does not carry forward any error or omission from the previous year budget. Okay, as we are preparing from scratch, it does not carry forward any error or omission from the previous year budget. Maybe there will be some error in the previous year budget that will not be carried forward as it eliminates the error from the previous year budget. So this is also the benefit. It is focusing on each and every expenses and it eliminates the error also from the previous year budget. Eliminates the waste. As it is forward looking, this also helps to eliminate the waste and allocate the resources as per the company requirements. So eliminate the waste also. So this is another benefit. So 4 easy things, eliminating the waste. How? As it is forward looking, it eliminates the waste and allocate the resources as per the It is allocating the resources as per the company requirements. Eliminate errors, eliminate waste, helps in the cost saving, it justifies each and every expenses, and it is forward looking. Now, what is the disadvantage of JBB? The disadvantage is what? Easy. Number one, disadvantage of this. Disadvantage is very easy. Advantage is also very easy now. है ना? What's the disadvantage? Disadvantage of this is an advantage of the disadvantage of JBP is the advantage of incremental budget.
Incremental budget.
And incremental budget is time consuming. There it was it was very easy. No, it is very simple to use, less time consuming, less
Cost
costly.
saving.
So this will be opposite, easy. So it will be time taken, but requires the budget to be made. Okay, require the expertise and resource intensive. It will require resource and all. So it will be time consuming. Resources will be needed. Because experts will be needed. Expert लगेगा ना इस पर. Experts will be needed. Zero based budgeting कर रहे हैं, so you will need experts to start. It can impact the productivity also. It is not simple. It can impact the productivity also. Yeah. Please don't try to mug up anything. If you try to mug up, what will happen? Then again, you will forget in the long term. Okay. Suppose you clear the interview and then they go there and they ask to prepare zero based budgeting. Then is a problem. Good, no? Okay. It can impact the productivity. How? Because it will impact, it might cut down some expenses which is not directly related to the company's goal, but necessary to support them. It might impact the, I will write this point, okay? It will impact the productivity as JBB might cut down some expenses which are not directly related to company's goal but necessary to support them. Okay. For example, in this example will be expense on staff welfare. So it can impact the productivity, and JBB may cut down some expenses which are not directly related to the company goal. It will cutting down these expenses, like staff welfare expenses, not directly related to company goal, but it is necessary to support them. It might cut down some expenses. Because see what happens, this is done for Paytm, Ola type of business where the earnings are not stable, right? So they will be cutting down on many costs. See now what will think of staff welfare when the business is not only under any welfare. So, right, so it will take some strict decisions that can impact the productivity. What the point, na? That is what the point is. It will take some harsh decisions. See, this kharcha is not necessary. For example, they used to give Diwali bonus. Diwali bonus should be given to the employees. But now after zero based budgeting, because the earnings are not stable, this year will not give any bonus to anybody. So this will what happens? This will reduce the morale of the employees. If the morale of the employee will reduce, so like this also, it will impact the productivity. So this is what the expenses on staff welfare. Okay, at this point you can ignore also. Two advantage, disadvantage. If you remember, that's more than enough. Okay. Video should be on. Kaniska, Rhythm, Nikhil. Okay. Everybody video should be on. Okay. Till now, everything is okay, na? Okay. Now, flexible budget. Okay. So we have done incremental. We have done zero based. We have done activity. And one more we have done, na? Value proposition budget. Now it comes to flexible budget. Once do chat GPT and find out what is a flexible budget quickly, everybody. Huh? Write in the group. Flexible budget. And what is fixed budget and flexible budget? The difference. Find from ChatGPT quickly, and write in the group. Flexible budget. Flexible budget. नाम this is easy to remember also. Flexible नाम ही है. ठीक है. In the budgeting and planning process, okay, right. In the budgeting and the planning process, a contingency plan is an anticipation of the adverse circumstances. Here we consider all the possible events. This enables us to provide a quick response to a crisis in case when the time comes. This process involves identification of potential incidents. A flexible budget, it will be prepared in some contingency event. Flexible budget, नाम से पता चल रहा है ना? Flexible, flexible. Okay. In case there is some emergency situation happens, then this budget will be prepared. So you can write this point, okay? That the flexible budget will be prepared in case of some contingency. Okay. So इसमें लिखा है, here we consider all the possible events. This enables us to provide a quick response to a crisis when the time comes. The process involves potential incidents, establishing warning signs, drawing up a response. It can be in the form of flexible budget. The plan must be modified to generate better results. Okay. Flexible budget is a variation of a contingency plan. It calculates the different expenditure level for variable cost depending on the changes in the actual revenue or other activities measured. It is a useful tool for cost control. It's the same suggests dynamic and not static, and more suitable for a set of activities rather than an individual set of activities. So flexible budget, I'm writing some points, okay, in the group. Okay. Flexible budget is a variation of contingency plan. Variation means it's a type of contingency plan. It calculates the different expenditure levels for the variable costs depending upon the changes in the actual revenue or the other activities measured. So it calculates different expenditure level for variable cost depending upon the changes in the actual revenue or other activities measured. Okay? Don't try to mug up. Simple language is used, so you will be able to remember. It is calculating the different expenditure level. Video should be on. Nikhil, Riddham, okay, Himanshu. It is a different expenditure level for the variable cost. For the variable cost, it is calculating the different expenditure level depending upon the changes in the actual revenue. Depending on changes in actual revenue or the other countries. It's a useful tool for cost. As the name suggests, it is dynamic and not static. Just a second. Huh? Flexible budget is dynamic, not static. It is not static. It is dynamic, it is not static. And more suitable for a set of activities rather than an individual level of activities. Okay. If they ask you a difference between fixed and variable budget, okay, what is the fixed and flexible budget? The disadvantage, the difference between the both, okay. A fixed budget is a budget that remains static. Okay. Okay, good. Now the fixed budget is a number one static budget. Static budget. And flexible budget is non-static. Flexible is non-static. Non-static. Not rigid. Not rigid. Clear? Next, the fixed budget does not change as per the fluctuations of the business. Flexible budget will change as per the fluctuations of the business. So, fixed budget does not change as per the fluctuations of business. Flexible budget में बस लगा देना change. It was just you change, okay? Now, you tell me which is simple, fixed or flexible. Simple, which is simple? Simple कौन सा है? Which is simple, fixed or flexible? बोलो. फिक्स कुछ करना तो है नहीं फिक्स में, फिक्स है. हाँ, तो फिक्स इज सिंपल. वेरी गुड. फिक्स इज सिंपल. फिक्स बजट इज सिंपल. That is complex. That is not simple. Flexible budget is not simple. It is complex. Zero based budgeting is simple, na? No. Zero based budgeting is not simple. Incremental budgeting is simple. ठीक है. Activity based budgeting is simple. Activity based budgeting is simple. No. Activity based budgeting is not simple. एक आंसर तो ऐसे ही बन जाएगा आप लोगों का. एडवांटेज, डिसएडवांटेज. इट्स सिंपल, इट्स नॉट सिंपल. ठीक है. तो विच इज सिंपल? सिंपल इज ओनली टू थिंग्स. विच टू बजट्स आर सिंपल? विच टू बजट इज सिंपल? Which two budget is simple? Incremental and fix. Incremental and fix is simple. Rest all are complex. ठीक है. Okay, it is easy to prepare. Okay, tell me, okay, which is more time consuming? Write in the group, which two budget is simple? Which is more time consuming? Fixed or flexible? Which is more time consuming? Common sense. Which is more flexible? Video should be on, huh? Which is more flexible? टाइम कंज्यूमिंग कौन है? फ्लेक्सिबल. फ्लेक्सिबल इज मोर टाइम कंज्यूमिंग. तो ये अगर पॉइंट बन गया आपका. तो एक तो सिंपल एंड टाइम कंज्यूमिंग. द फिक्स बजट इज सिंपल, इट इज लेस टाइम कंज्यूमिंग, इट डज नॉट चेंज एज पर द फ्लक्चुएशंस ऑफ बिजनेस, इट इज स्टैटिक डॉक्यूमेंट. लाइक दिस ओनली 4 पॉइंट्स आर मेड. पीपल ट्राई टू मग अप दिस आल्सो. ठीक है. तो लाइक दिस यू विल मेक इट इज रिजिड हाउ इट इज एस्टिमेटेड. ठीक है. नाउ which budget, you tell me, okay, which budget is based on realistic situations, fixed or flexible? Which budget is based on realistic situations, fixed or flexible? Common sense. Flexible. Good way of, see, people try to mug up things, but if you don't mug up things na and use our brain na, brain में पूरा त्योहार करते हैं. But what happens na, we just in a mug up business. Easy na. Up you will remember for long term. After 6 months also you'll remember the point. Like this you have to remember things, right? Which is simple, which is time consuming, which is based on the realistic assumption. Which is based on realistic assumption? Flexible. Because flexible hai. Now, which budget is based on anticipations and not on realistic situations, fixed or flexible? This is how you will remember all the points. The more you question things, you'll remember 4 to 5 points and you'll be able to say, this is fixed. Fixed is, or more motamoti, it's an assumption basis. Okay. Right. Comparison difference and activities levels are different and explain positive. All points are covered. Got my point now? Okay. Tell me, okay. Good question. Which budget is suitable for micro organizations, fixed or flexible. Find it out. Which is better? Think. This is important, ना? Which is suitable for micro organization? छोटा छोटा बिजनेस के लिए कौन सा बढ़िया रहेगा? फिक्स की फ्लेक्सिबल? एक माइक्रो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, किस में जाएंगे? फिक्स्ड और फ्लेक्सिबल? ठीक है, गुड ना? दिस वर ट्रिकी ना? कनिष्का, which one?
Fixed, sir.
Fix, right. So it will be fixed. It will be fixed. Okay. So it will be fixed. So which budgeting is suitable for the micro organization? So this again can make a difference. Fill in the blanks. This if they ask in this fashion, it will be beneficial. Okay. So it will be suitable for the micro organizations. Which budget is suitable for all types of organization, fixed or flexible? फ्लेक्सिबल है, नाम ही फ्लेक्सिबल है, हर जगह फ्लेक्सिबल हो जाता है. तो दिस इज सुटेबल फॉर ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. सी whenever these questions come, people try to mug up, but if you apply the brain na, what happens na, when you are in stress na, we don't apply our brains. When there is a lot of stress na, we forget the power of our brain. This is the difference between the human being and an animal. Okay, so we have brains, we have to use that. Okay, common sense. It happens in the pressure situations. It happens with everybody. Okay, so fixed and flexible budget are both important for the organization. Okay, so like this, you will make a lot of points. Flexible budget is considered elastic and adjusts with the ups and downs of the business operations. It is right to use a flexible budget. Yes, now we'll come to so many points are mentioned now. Okay, somebody will tell me the what are the difference between fixed and flexible budget? At least 6 points. Who will tell? Akshita or Harold? Harold, you're there? You're there? You slept or you're there? Harold. Okay. Okay. Mute. Okay, what are the difference between fixed and flexible budget? Quickly. You tell one only fixed, flexible तो opposite हो जाएगा. Quickly. Fixed budget.
Fixed budget is static budget, and fixed budget changes as per the fixed budget is simple. Based on the anticipation, suitable for micro organization, and not suitable for all type of business.
Less time consuming. Simple, less time consuming, fixed, flexible, static. Okay, like this, you will prepare. I'm giving you one more point. Okay, which budget is more elastic? An assumption wala point you missed. It is realistic situation is which one? Realistic situation is which one, Harold? Realistic situation. Which is more on realistic situation? Fixed or flexible? Real situations. Flexible, right? Okay. Which budget is more? Where is this point? Which budget is more elastic and adjust with each of the up and down of business operations? Which budget is more like that? It can adjust with the ups and downs of the which one? Flexible. Got my point? No? This point also. This way you will remember all the 6 points. Okay. Now, this will be the last thing today. Continuous budgeting. After this, traditional budgeting, top down and bottom up is also there. Okay, continuous budgeting or a rolling forecast. This you use Chat GPT once and find out the answer. Okay, giving you 5 minutes time, 5 minute, 2 minute time. I'm giving you continuous budgeting and rolling forecast. Write in the group quickly. Use your whatever can. Continuous budgeting or rolling forecast. This is very much asked in interview. Zero based budgeting, rolling forecast, very, very important. Okay. Okay. Very important question will be asked. Okay, rolling forecast or continuous budget. Fixed flexible though anybody can make up that day. Okay, zero based budgeting that is done. Okay, what is continuous budgeting? Let's see. Okay, the main limitation of the I will read. Okay, the main limitation of a traditional budget is that it does not react to what is happening in the business during the year. But a rolling forecast solves that problem, helping the companies to continuously plan the forecast over a set time horizon. So this I'll write, okay? The main limitation of a traditional budget is that it does not react. It does not react. It does not react to what is happening in the business during the year. But during there क्या होगा? It's not, but the rolling forecast solves that problem, helping companies to continuously plan, forecast over a set time horizon. So the main limitation of traditional budgeting, it does not react to what is happening in the business during the year. During the year, because traditional budgeting is incremental budgeting, activity-based type of budgeting. Okay. But rolling forecast solves that problem, helping the companies to continuously plan the forecast over a set time horizon. Continuous budgeting. In the case of a rolling forecast, okay, in the case of a rolling forecast, a new budget is added to replace the previous one as it expires. Here we budget and rebudget. Here we budget and rebudget the future revenues and expenses at regular and short intervals. Okay. So in case of a rolling forecast, video should be on. Hari, Govind, Sahil, Nikhil Niranjan. Okay, video should be on. In the case of a rolling forecast, a new budget is added to replace the, yes, it's same Lakshman. In the case of a rolling forecast, a new budget is added to replace the previous one as it expires. Okay. Here we budget and rebudget. Kaniska video on Nikhil Niranjan. Okay. So here we budget and rebudget the future revenue and expenses at regular and short intervals. So it's a very simple line. We will budget, then rebudget the future revenue and expenses at regular and the short intervals. Okay. Now, next, rolling forecast provides a continuous forecast over a specific time horizon. Writing this down, huh? A rolling forecast, this will be asked in interview, I'm telling you, huh? Rolling forecast provides a continuous forecast over a specific time horizon. Horizon. It's usually 12 to 24 months. Usually 12 to 24 months. Usually 12 to 24 months. This will be done continuous forecasting. They move the actuals forward. एक ही है साइल, एक ही है साइल. Continuous name अलग अलग है. They Rahul forecast होता था usually 12 months. They move the actuals. They move the actuals forward each month on a rolling basis. Making it easier. I'll be asking you now, what is this rolling budget, right? Rolling forecast. Decision makers to see what's happening in real time. Okay, so they move the actuals forward each month on a rolling basis, making it easier for the decision makers to see what's happening in the real time basis. Okay. Example in the figure. Okay. What is the rolling forecast? How much you have understood till now? What is a rolling forecast rhythm? What is a rolling forecast for a continuous budgeting? What is a rolling forecast rhythm? Whatever you have got your understanding. Video should be on.
Rolling forecast generally used for 12 to 24 months of period, and it is a part of continuous budget. One budget for one period ends and the budget for the next period.
You have to improve your audio quality. Audio quality you have to improve little bit. That you have to improve, huh? Yes, then it's for the continuous period for so specific time horizon. Then
specific time horizon, generally 12 to 24 months. And rolling forecast is rolling forecast, and it reacts to the changing circumstances which are happening in day-to-day business life.
Anybody else wants to try in this? What's a rolling forecast? I have written the definition from that only. In case of a rolling forecast, Kaniska, whatever you understood, Kaniska Sharma, yes. Rolling forecast.
Basically, it adapts to the real time. We update our budget on the basis of the real time basis, what is happening in the as of now in a current situation.
See, rolling forecast is a continuous forecast, right? Continuous budgeting, a continuous forecast. What happens? See, the simple example I'm giving you, you will understand this. Okay. One is traditional budgeting, one is the this rolling forecast. Okay. You set a time schedule for a CA final exam. You set a time schedule for a CA final exam, right? Okay. Key, you set a time, for example, 30 days are left for your CA final exam. You set a times table. Key 4 subjects are there. 7 days you will study everything, right? This is the generally you prepare a traditional budget. That 7 days karke you will be preparing for your exam. Clear about it now? This is traditional budget. Now what is the rolling forecast? For example, I made a budget key in the 7 days I will clear my financial reporting. But and I will study every day how many hours? Keep the video on. I will study every day 15 hours. But what happened? After one day went over, you weren't able to study 15 hours. You studied maybe 8 to 9 hours. Something will happen. Now, you got one real data today. Now, on the basis of this real data, now you will be forecasting next day. This is rolling forecast. Means continuously forecasting hote rahega. Got my point? Na? Once you get the real-time data, your plan keeps on changing. For example, if in cricket match, na, the required run rate keeps on changing. Na? The required run rate keeps on changing based on how much you are making the runs per over in the cricket match. Rolling forecast is like that only, and that is what it is written out here also. Okay, so give me just 15 minutes time more. We will be wrapping up this because a little bit left. Okay, rolling forecast. Come into the same link once again. Huh?